Okay, let's see. Are we
We are
live?
live. Yes.
Yes, we are live. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Quen here again. Your faithful Quen is here, back on stage and coming on live all the way from Singapore. So today I have got two special guests. We have Angelica from Malaysia and Tina all the way from the other side, Italy, right? So
So
why
far,
don't we
Italy.
just a quick introduction, all right? So in case for you who are first time here, who hasn't seen my face, then now you see me. I am actually from Singapore, a solo parenting mom to a teen, former aircrew turned educator, today a digital business entrepreneur. Okay, and today I have invited these two guests. Unfortunately, the other one of my friend, let me see. I think she's here.
Ah,
Hello,
she's here.
Felicia. So good to have
Hello.
you.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh
she's gone again.
no.
Oh, she's gone again. Okay, never mind. All right, so never mind that. I think I'll just we just have her back in here as and when we see her. Okay. So
Okay.
Tina,
Yeah.
let's hear from you, Tina. A quick
Oh,
self intro.
me first, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Tina. I'm originally from Singapore. I moved to Italy about 2.5 years ago after my second marriage. Kind of fulfill my long time dream of getting out of my country to live in a different country. I so that more about that later. I'm a mom of a 23-year-old adult young man. Cannot say boy on live stream. He said must call him a young man already. So yes, and my stepson is 22, so they're very close in age. So in a way now we have an empty nest syndrome because both are not with us, both are not staying with us. Obviously, my son is in Singapore. So that is more or less about me. I guess the rest of it will come on later after the introduction, right?
Yeah.
So back to you, Gwen.
Wonderful, Tina.
Yes,
Thank you so
and
much
thank
for
you for
sharing.
having me here. Forgot. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, you are very, very welcome. We enjoy your company. And then thank you for sharing a little bit about your story, right? Kind of, all of us get to know you a little better. I'm sure later on you can inject a little bit more of here and there some stories. Okay, so let's move
Okay.
on to Angelica, please. I'm sure you've introduced yourself before, but for the benefit of new people who hasn't seen you, okay? So let's just tell our audience a little bit more about yourself.
Yep, sure. Okay, so my name is Angelica and I am based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I am also a mother of two beautiful daughters who is actually quite old already. But I'm also doing this business together with my younger daughter, who is, in the millennials, right? So they do really do this business a little bit faster than, an old mother like me. So it's really good to be able to do this business together with my daughter, because it really brings the bond, of the mother-daughter relationship, right? So I thoroughly enjoy this business together with her. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, I think we can, unveil a little bit more about myself at a later
Mm.
stage.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so now that we are doing some intro, later on we will dive in further and then to share
Yep.
a little bit more about our personal journey, why we start. Okay, so Felicia, so glad to have you back here. Now, Felicia, for the benefit of all of our audience, please tell us a little bit more about yourself and also, just so they know us a little bit better. Okay, come, tell us, Felicia.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So good to meet with Lily, Angelica, as well as our guest for today, guest of honor, Tina. I first time meet her. Thank you for being with us as well. I'm Felicia. I'm currently living in Malaysia. I have three wonderful children, actually. They are young adults, and I'm formerly a banker, been working for 31 years. Um, I think that's about it, a short one.
Okay, yes. All right. Okay, wonderful. It feels like I already know all of you so well, like old friends. Okay, now we are going in to this topic here with regards to insights. So earlier on, we shared a little bit, just touching the iceberg at the tip of it. So we are going into transition story, meaning I would hope that, we will start with Tina again, where you were then and how you moved to where you are now. What motivated you? What was your personal values? Whether it actually affect you in making your decision with this business. It's quite a long question, So I leave you be to kind of look there.
Okay. I got to dissect it. Okay. Now, so that's why I didn't want to do a long intro because this second part of the intro actually leads to why I started this online business. So I'm not sure about you ladies, but I'm sure some of the audience listening would have this dream of living out of their own country, the immigrant dream, because the grass on the other side is always greener. Same happened to me. I came here and I worked all my life, both in corporate, in sales and marketing, as well as managing companies for bosses. And eventually I did my own online business, but it's traditional retail. And those traditional retail became very, very hot topic and did very well during COVID because everything went online after that, So I had my own website and everything else, but not on my own. I had a partner. So then which means I have never stopped working in my entire life. Then when I came here, I told myself, okay, number one, I can't work because I can't speak Italian at all back then. And you need the right permits to work. I was still on, I think for a good 9 months, I was on tourist visa. So I can't work. But I enjoyed that part of the early stages when I can't work because, like I said, I've never had this opportunity of not doing it before. And I told myself, okay lah, be a housewife, settle in, which I did. I did nothing but cooking because I love cooking. And the ingredients here are so fresh and so affordable. Cannot use the birdie word cheap. So no, I'm not using it. So affordable. So I did that. And also I started playing around the house, like want to design this part, want to buy furniture for this part, and then clean the house here. Then I start cleaning the house every day. So when I arrived in Italy, I realized that I'm OCD. I never knew about that in Singapore because I never have to clean my house. We have maid. Okay, so people, you are very lucky. Over here, even you have to pay, you can't get them. Well, I initially paid for someone to come, but then you're afraid they will steal your things. Or you're afraid that they will come one day and they won't come another day. So I did this, and I'm still not having a maid now, okay? So, but then I realized after, I think it was 6 months, it's quite boring, I lost touch with the world. I lost touch with everybody from Singapore because number one, there's a time difference. And then you're so busy doing your own things. They are so busy doing their own things, right? So I became like, shit, sorry, cannot say this word on live. My coach told me. I'm so me, right?
You can express yourself. That's fine.
Am I going to be like doing this all my life for the rest of my life? Although we do travel a bit and all that, I don't want to be facing just this house alone because my husband goes to work, right? And they used to come home for lunch. In Italy, lunchtime is 2 hours. So they will come back for lunch and you have to cook lunch. Initially, it was really fun, because it really occupied my day, right? After that, after 6 months, I was like, I do nothing. I wake up, I have my breakfast. Then I have to run out to grab whatever I want to buy for lunch to cook lunch. After lunch, I remember back then my stepson was going to a culinary school. He wants to be a chef. So cool, right? I have to prepare something for him to bring to school because he doesn't get dinner. School ends at 10. And then I have to prepare dinner for my husband to come back and eat with me, right? So all I remembered was I am like, in my awake hours, 90% I'm in the kitchen. Really, I'm just in the kitchen. Thank God I have a dishwasher. Otherwise, I would be even washing dishes. And then I don't have friends. I was so new here. And slowly, slowly, I had friends and I want to go out. I want to have coffee with them. I want to hang out with them. And I kind of want to be myself again. But I realized I can't because I will be running out of my cash very soon. I was living off my savings, from Singapore. I remember I still used to go to the ATM, euros come out. Then the Singapore dollar suddenly like dropped a lot because euro was very high 2 years ago. I was like,
Yeah.
and I kept my Sing dollar account because that's how I give my son money, my mom money, and all that. And I still have to do that. So I said, shit, I need to do something. But what can I do? And I was in the same time trying to sell my business in Singapore, but that was really slow. So whoever's listening now, if you want to buy over my business in Singapore, come and talk to me. I'll tell you something about it. Self-promotion. And then I started going through Facebook and saying, what can I do? Yeah, it's Facebook. What am I going to do? What can I do? What should I do? I was actually looking for something like a consultancy job or something that, I can work remotely. That's important. I can't leave because they were doing my permits after I got married. Then, so I remember it was early 2023. I saw something online, and this lady actually invited me to watch some complimentary webinar. So I just watched, okay? But what happened was, so this is the funny part. I watched for 15 minutes and then I turned it off. I blocked her because I thought it was a scam. And I said, where got online business, no need inventory, no need to pay for stock, no need, everything no need. Then what business is this? So I blocked it because I thought I knew better. I had an online business. So I continued with my life here for another year, but this time was more fun because apart from having to just be a housewife and cook, I started having friends. I started learning the language. I started getting myself into into the society. But then, the money part was still a problem, you see. I never okay, in my whole life, I never took money from men. They take from me. So I'm not used to asking for money from my husband. I feel very like it's not paise. I shouldn't be paise. He's my husband. I felt that I've lost my identity and I've lost myself because I'm always so confident. I'm always looking after everybody else, They're not going to ask you for money to go shopping. Hey, damn it, it's not me, It's really not me. So 1 year later, right, from the time I blocked the lady, I didn't unblock. I unblocked her already, by the way, okay? But she's not the person. So I did the same thing again. I was on LinkedIn. I started sending out my CV, but it's difficult in Italy, like I said. By then, I already had my permits to work. I can't speak Italian still. So I'm like, what to do? So again, start Facebook, and I saw another lady. This time around, she's from the UK. A lot of people said I'm more biased, but I'm not, okay? But somehow she resonated with me, and I know my coach will be watching this, and she wouldn't know what is angmo, so it's okay. So I connected with her again, and of course, she'll say, watch this, and I watched again. But it continued past the 15 minutes because I said, look, it's the same thing, but something inside me said, continue. It's only 90 minutes. If you don't like it, then just tell her you don't like it. You don't have to block people anymore. So I continued. I finished it, and I was like, something must be right here because there's testimonials from so many people. But I don't want to jump onto the next stage of that monetary commitment yet. And I'm sure a lot of people do not. So what I did was I messaged her, the lady that I saw, and I said, "Can we talk?" And she said, "Sure," And she gave me a WhatsApp number instead of Messenger on Facebook. And I said, "I do not want to chat with you on WhatsApp. I want to talk to you. Can you come on like a video call?" She said, "Sure." So we did. And she then explained to me a lot more about the business. And one point she said hit me very hard was there's this legacy thing about passing to my son. So that got me. And I said, okay, let me pay the kind of membership fee, like the 149 USD, and get on to the next stage. I mean, to me, she guaranteed me that, it's 100% refundable if I still don't want to do it. So I continued to stage 2, and that was when I wanted to do it because I found this business model really unique, really workable, and it is definitely not an MLM because I've been on MLMs before when I was in Singapore. So I could see the difference. And it kind of resonates with me very well. Of course, my coach and mentor then we clicked on immediately after that that video call. And the other part that got me into it, apart from financial, financial is definitely the reason why I started, because I needed it. I have all the time freedom in the world, different from other working moms that are struggling over that, looking after the family and then no time to do this. I had all the time, but I just need a financial part. And I wanted a legacy for my son. Plus, I'm not sure whether anybody said this before. I wanted the global community. I want to connect with the world again. And that is like so important for me because I'm one person that cannot stop talking, as you can tell by now. But I'm in a country that I cannot speak. With my Angmo friends, but with the rest of the world out there is my little Italian, very broken. But then after I learned to speak, I went to classes and all that. Okay, I realized that they do not like to speak to foreigners. They themselves have, yes, a self-confidence problem or a self-esteem problem. They do not look down on us, but they are afraid that we do not understand them. So do they start with saying Italian to you first, or they try their broken English, right? So usually you will have to open up yourself to them, which is very, very different for a Singaporean coming from a country that we don't even say hello. I arrived in a country that everybody is so polite. Good morning is a very normal word. Even if you don't know the person, you will still say good morning if you walk past the person on the street. If you know the person, then of course the conversation continues. So to me, it's like in even a year, I mean, we're talking about a year ago, more than a year ago when I started this business, my Italian was really broken, okay? Really broken. And so apart from talking to my husband and his family who speaks Italian, who doesn't understand me if I want to gibberish around, I have nobody to talk to. And my husband's English is as good as my Italian back then. So can you beat it? And I didn't learn my Italian from him because his accent is very strong. So I have to learn from everybody else but him. But now that I can speak, I can scold him. And he understands what I'm scolding, which is very good. In the past, scolding in English doesn't work very well because some of the words he doesn't understand. He knows I'm scolding, but So that was it. And after starting the business and going through the training, and as the months go by, my coach brought me into our own Trailblazers team for Europe. We have a group of ladies. We have moms, we have retirees. We also have working moms, working and non-working moms. And the age group ranges between mid-30s to a 70-year-old as well. And so from then on, I was really, really happy with all the connections I got. And of course, when in our own business community, we are also able to connect with business partners from different places, just like how I found Gwen. I found her from the business community because she posted something. And so this kind of opened me up again, and I am me again. Like I said, cannot stop talking, right? So I am really, really happy about this part. So now it has become, like they say, your why's change, right? My why was originally really financial and my son, but now it has become for myself and then for him
Mm.
later on, because he's okay, cannot say he's young. He's still carving out his own career, his own life, and eventually later his family and whoever is going to be with him. So I will have time to build up for him. But what I want is to build something for myself first. I mean, I'm definitely not going to live as long as he is. So I will want to enjoy myself now that I'm in the country that I want to be in and able to travel the whole of Europe, sometimes even without the need of my passport, because we are all in Schengen area. So really, and it really opened my eyes to how small Singapore is. Malaysia is definitely bigger, and you do travel to different parts of different states, right? In Singapore, it's very small. I drive from one side to the other side, maximum 1 hour. Sicily is 10 to 20 times the size of Singapore. That's where I am in now, Sicily. No, I'm not even talking about Italy. To drive from one end to the other end of Sicily, it takes 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
Yes. So it kind of, yeah. So apart from living here, opening my eyes up to a lot of things, online business also gave me the opportunity to do that. And we also resonate with others who have similar situation like us, and to help them to get a better life. Also with our individual business partner groups, we also hear their journeys into this business. I mean, we all share our journeys, and definitely not to brag, but to inspire, because a lot of people still think that we are scammers. Honestly, I have been blocked before because retribution, block people, not gonna block. So I guess we have to deliver a very convincing and strong message that we are not MLM, we are not pyramid, and it's a very different business model. That if they want to know more, they have really got to take the steps, not just to connect with us, but to go through the process of different stages of understanding the business. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Thank
cannot
you.
go too much into emotional connection, or I'll cry one. So better not.
Mhm. So I think it's safe to say that right now, right, Tina, you have
But we want to hear the story, right?
what?
We really do. Which one?
Okay. Because just now you shared quite how to say, you truly share the raw part of being in a foreign land, right? Where everything is foreign to you except for family and your adjustment to your surrounding. That is why community is so important, right? It will give
Yeah,
you a sense of
belonging.
identity, more like knowing who you are right on the inside. Because sometimes when you're so out there, where you are not familiar with anything, you somehow lose yourself. Like you kind of doubt yourself. Like, why am I here? you
Yeah,
know it's wonderful
yeah,
that you found yourself again, and then this business community definitely gave you that, because it's not a problem to just hop on Facebook or just hop on to any platform, and here we are all come back together in one little platform and saying hello to each other. It's very, very nice. So I
and
would
I
say
will
right
see
now,
you in Singapore.
yes, we'll meet each other very soon. And I would say right now you have found the time freedom and make full good use of it, isn't it, Tina? Like,
Mhm.
last time
Yeah.
it's always lunch, right? In the kitchen, you pretty much park yourself in the kitchen. Now you can do something more, right? And you can do business, travel.
I don't do lunch anymore.
Ah,
Yep, I trained
okay.
him. Yep, he's become a bit more Asian now. Yeah, they eat out for lunch, and when he comes home, right, he changes slippers. Over here they wear shoes all over the house. My God! So
You
he's
train him
very
well.
Asian. Yeah, I train
You
him
train
very
him
well. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Tina. You have actually covered the 2 points here, two topics actually, from the insights all the way to talking about the
I can't stop talking.
it's okay. It's good. I mean, like, you flow with it. That is good. That is good, really. So so I will right now give the opportunity, likewise, to Angelica as well. Angelica, can you also tell us a little bit more about your career woman journey? And then, of course, you haven't actually given up that part yet. You are still working very hard, right? Supporting your little
Yes.
family, which is so sweet, so nice. Thank you so much for working so hard for your family. Yeah. So I will not talk so much because we are running out of time, and I'd like to hear
Yep.
your story as well. Can you please tell me a
Yep.
little bit
Okay.
more?
I'll just tell you a little bit, about myself. So as you mentioned, right, I'm still a working mom. So I'm still I still have a full-time job. I think what made me join this was, really it started from the COVID times, right, where everybody was just at home, and having the fear of not having a job, right, and we all didn't know whether we would have a job today or tomorrow or the following weeks, right, and that kept me thinking quite a bit, in terms of what's going to happen if I really don't have a job, or if I was asked to leave, and with all the expenses that I still have to pay, and support my family. That just kept me going, right? But I think I was very fortunate that I managed to go through past the COVID period. But still, having said that, after the COVID, you still hear, a lot of companies still retrenching, right? They haven't got out of it yet, and even until today, I think we are still hearing quite a bit of, companies retrenching, and we are all
Yes.
also hearing, oh, wait, there's a possibility of we going through recession and all that, right?
Mm.
So I think that just, hit me, right? And as we as we age, and I hit the golden age, I think being employed is going to be quite difficult, right? Quite difficult as we move along. We lost our friend.
Oh
His
yeah.
Um,
What
internet.
happened to her?
so I think I decided then, similar to everyone else, I start looking at Facebook, and then came the same story as Tina as well. I caught onto it, and it resonates to me. I think I saw two videos, but I picked one more than the other because it resonates more, to me, right? And then I decided, say, okay, it's interesting because it's online, right? I'm also in the online business, and because I do go to work, I have to find something that it's online, because otherwise, I cannot be juggling, going to two businesses, right? Then I thought, okay, let's get my daughter in as well to help me out, right? And given the fact that this is so online, and I think she would be able to do a little bit faster for me, right? And true enough, I think it was really a blessing, right? That she likes doing it as well. She helps out, and so we do videos together, and I think that was the fun part. We just laugh at each other. Some things that we do is just absolutely too funny. We can't even put it live because we were just laughing instead of doing videos.
Oh, you should
So
have done
then,
the candid shot. You should have done the candid shot about all that. The like video bloopers. Just
Yeah.
put it up on Facebook and enjoy
I
it.
did actually. There was one that I did. I put, and we were asked to say, we are. I think we are a business owner or entrepreneurs, right? and we had to say it together. But of course, we were not in sync, so we just laughed and laughed and laughed, and didn't end up doing the video. But it was so good, because we just, bonded. So I think that for me now is more so of, planning ahead, right? As we all say, we need to have our plan Bs.
Right.
Otherwise, down the road, I would rather that I plan now, take things slowly, but then eventually when this ramps up, then, time to move on. Then at least I have this together with my daughter.
Mm.
Yeah, so that I think that's just something a little bit about my. I think I
Thank you
will
so
give back
much.
to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Angelica. That was really nice. I can totally resonate with you because I also have my teen, which is, they are about the same age as your daughter, right? Crazy
Yeah.
over internet and all. And then the other day, I
Yes.
was just watching a YouTube video of this professor. He is in the Generation X, which I'm very sure all of us here, four of us here, belong to Generation X. During the, I think we are all older than Google itself. Google hasn't even existed back then during our time.
Yes.
There's no laptop, what have you, all this internet. We were still on ADSL, the dialing tone, when you call and the very noisy thing. I was laughing. Okay, I was laughing the other day when this professor in YouTube, right? He tries to communicate, sharing the information, right? All using the lingo of the Generation Alpha. Imagine, I still find it difficult to grasp the point that, why can't you tell a person, you are genius, you are absolutely a genius? But instead, the Generation Alpha has got this word which I found really, really weird and I don't understand. I'll be really truthful about it. Instead of saying you are a genius, they will say goat, as in
Huh?
eh. I was like, what? How is goat equals to intelligence and all that? But it's just you slay, bestie, you slay. I was like, what? You slay someone and you slay someone, like, you call that what? So I had difficulty, and then I was joking, laughing with my son. My son said, "Okay, mom. Thankfully, I don't talk to you like that." I said, "You talk to me like that, I'll faint on the spot." I don't understand what you say. Okay, right. So enough of me. So let's go to Felicia. Your turn. I hope you don't disappear suddenly. I hope you stay. Come, tell us a little bit more about your journey as
I
well.
was quite afraid because
Mm.
I hope I'm clear because I keep seeing there's buffing. I don't know it's my side or your side seeing me good. No start. Just now for a while I was kicked out and come back in, so I be quick. What can I share? You want me to share about
Your
my
transition
30
story,
over
what
years in a
motivates you,
corporate
your personal
career?
values. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, working 30 over years in the banking line in my corporate career, it was actually giving me a quite good income and also a career identity. And but there's one thing missing inside of me. I always carry this mom guilt thing that I cannot put it aside. And imagine I've been carrying for so many years in that way, and most of the time I will be, sometimes when I'm too burnt out, when I'll be sitting alone, and then when I think about it, when I reflect about it, is this going to over? Is this going to be forever? Sometimes I will find myself sitting down just silent, and sometimes could silently I tears inside of me, and I just don't know what to do. And but somehow uh, people like us, where we I felt myself that blessed because um, when I'm in that kind of situation, I would definitely uh, would silently pray, and instead of talking to myself, I would start be talking to God, in hoping uh, He would hear me. And somehow our prayer won't get answered immediately. So that's about me. I waited and waited until one day uh, I just couldn't hold on to it, because of course I'm fearful to get out from that kind of career where it's giving us income, bringing income to the family. You see, from single to I married to I have children to I bought the household things and all this and that. Like you're building your home, lah. Um, and so I have my worry, fear that when I come out, will we survive, and all these things. But it only come in strong just 3 years ago, when my son having difficulty in the study. So when we working life, every day is just pass so fast, and I feel like it's just that one glance. I cannot believe it. I'm 30 years just fly just like that, and my children all grown. So when I see that my son is in struggling, I keep telling myself, I cannot be ignoring about it. And probably right now financially, I would not say that it's like financial freedom and totally stable. So, but I still think that I want to be a more present mom. So even though the other two is already a grown young adult, but so I take my chances. I go with it. Of course, I have my fear and worry, but with faith, I just give in my resignation letter, and I came out. So I would say that if it is not because this situation, I would not have this strong courage to come out. Because when we work, obviously is that we work because we have the income, and then we pay the bills and all these, and then we survive and so on. We support and ministry, all these things. But when it comes to this, then we have to choose, which one is your priority right now. So uh, until today, I'm still grateful. No doubt, my journey from transition from a banking line, like what just now Tina was sharing, I can resonate a bit about it, because right now I'm no longer working in a bank. I also will have to work out something that could still generate income for the family. I also feel a kind of a funny thing that where if I need to open my mouth and ask for some pocket money or what from my children, I definitely don't feel easy about that, because all the while, like what Tina shared, we've been the one that is giving more than we receive. When I first time when I received uh, uh, a birthday gift from my young adults, I just could just feel the difference of, hey, you know I never felt that kind of way that we had to receive something. So when I suddenly can feel that difference, that uh, touching part. So life as a journey, as I say, is a transition way. We have our season and move on to this business. Of course, I am still growing and learning, but I'm loving the part that where we are learning. There's so much things that we are still didn't know, like what Tina said. We don't want to just stay at home alone and doing the house chores only. We also want to get connected with people. And over here, I am grateful because we actually get to connect with so many wonderful people. I would say wonderful people. Yeah, when I hear people share their story, uh, I can really, uh, as though I can really feel what they are going through, even though I'm not in their shoe, but I could really a bit sense of it lah. So it's great to meet with people around the world, and then they are sharing their inspiring story, how their life is also not easy. So this is about the great thing about the business. No longer like, of course we come in, we want to get a little bit income to still generate income, but now it seems look like it's a bit shifted to uh, we are loving in a way that we have a community, that we can still chat with and talk to. I never imagined in a way that where I would meet people from somewhere around in the world. Those days
Yeah.
when we're working, we're just at the four walls. We just every day might be meeting with the same people, and then the same routine like that, and then the time just
Mm.
goes on by. And it is always the task, the responsibility. So that's the one thing lah about the transition. So I think I pass it back the
Thank
time
you
to you,
so
Lily.
very much. Thank you so much, Felicia. That is so true. From this life, this go life that I'm seeing here, all of us have our story, right? It is so touching to see that, where we've come from, from a place where we are not sure who we are, and then the constant struggle, facing the things that we don't want to do, and we have to face a life of compromise, and then in exchange for something that we long to have, to come to this place today, we are on this platform, we are sharing. So what a major transformation in every single one of us here. It's really a very touching. And it's not just merely a story, but it is actually a real life experience. So I want to thank you to every single one of you, Angie and Tina, as well as Felicia, for sharing your side of the story. I can feel the pain and I can feel your why you started this digital business, which is awesome. So with this, right? Wow, time really flies. We are 41 minutes. Wow. I wish I can go longer because it's so touching story that we have here. So for dear audience, if this is your first time looking into us sharing here, I want you to know that we are all real people and these are all real life experience, and that whatever that you are going through now, we may not know the struggle that you are having. Okay, your circumstances we can never understand. However, we do know what is the solution that can actually work and transform your life that you want. Look at the three ladies here. Their transformation is already an evidence that things can be better if only you take action, right? So here I'm gonna just remove this, and if you can see in this page, right, my dear audience, is this is my page where my email webpage, and then we have Angie's and Tina's as well as Felicia. So if you are with Tina, you are somewhere in Italy, and then you are also resonating with how she is feeling when she first started in a foreign land, reach out to her. She is probably the right person you want to talk to. Okay, just so that you feel a sense of belonging. Who doesn't want, right? Community is so important. It keeps you sane, keep you like a normal human being and not go gaga, go crazy. Mental health very important. Yeah, so if you are in PJ, reach out to Angie. Yes, who knows, business partner can meet up over a nice hot meal and see the person for real, not just hiding behind a screen and
Yep.
tell you sensitive things. We don't tell things, we connect. Okay, this is how real we are. So if you are in Singapore, reach out to me. Okay, I'll bring you go eat laksa, maybe with Tina. Singapore laksa. Who knows, right? Oishi, very nice. And also Felicia, she's also in Malaysia. You happen to be a very hardworking adult, in the corporate world like her, banking stuff, counting beans and whatever, working long hours. If you get so fed up, you need someone to talk to, looking for ideas to start in a business, reach out to Felicia. She is the right person for you. Okay? So this will end our live today. And I thank you so much for joining us, right? So if you are interested, there will be the next one coming up next week. I will make the announcement. And I hope to see all of you on stage again. So meantime, shower of blessings to all of you looking in. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.